Okay, let's move forward. So if you're wondering what my funniest part of this game was for me personally, it was a completely unrelated side joke that happened just kind of vicariously through one of the missions.
This one I learned from Usher, bitches.
We're not fighting them just yet. And it's the first little Crime Stopper mission that you do for the police officers. He sends you to go to and apprehend a criminal. And when you go into the house of the criminal, the first thing you see is a family portrait of all the family, and all the family is black. And that is the gag. And it sounds horrible when you say it like that, but just the 100% stereotype of the whole thing, it really caught me off guard. Okay, we definitely need Scott for that then. That was a waste of time. But back to Cartman's house, and then in Cartman's house we can get our next skill or whatever the hell he wants us to do. I'm just double checking to make sure I can't use the crackers on anything, just in case we can get something interesting. But back into the layer. I think the layer password is the same. I don't really understand how you have to keep putting it in.
Fuck.
It's one of those
You,
weird things.
Mom.
Like, once you do it, it seems a bit pedantic to make you keep putting it in. But it's same with a few things in this game. Like, when you do the powers that you use the buddies for some reason, you have to keep doing it every single time, and it just gets a little bit tedious. It's unfortunate. So there's our Junior Coon friend, Gyro. It gives us 10% critical damage, and it puts 1 up on all of our statistics. So that's not too bad. We've now got 15 might. And we can...
Might be a little uncomfortable at first. Your DNA is fusing with it.
Now it's doing more gags.
Artifacts out there doing your superhero. I think you're ready to take on those 6th graders
And then
now.
we can
Go give them hell.
hopefully get some more artifacts. And the artifacts are scattered around the world. So it's just a case of knocking them loose. Finding where they are and such. And hopefully we'll be able to get some good ones. I think it was Kyle's house, right? Was it Kyle's house that had that one on top of the cupboard? I should probably go... Because Kyle's house is to the right of Cartman's, I believe. That's a fast travel point as well. That's going to unlock Jimmy. Jimmy's surprisingly really strong at the beginning of this game because his ability enables him to go invisible after you use it. So I think this is Kyle's house, right? Yeah, this is Kyle's house. I could be completely... You can light all the candles there and it does a little fanfare. It's not on top of this. Yeah, there it is. So, Pride of Nipopolis, which is the heavy metal episode, if you saw that. Look at my daughter with her rocking tits. And this is going to give us 105% knockback combo damage, and it's going to increase all our stats by 2. So that's pretty cool. So, we got a bit of an advantage just then, and we can get out. Can I hit this? If I can go in there early, that'd be sweet. No, you can't. That's unfortunate. Probably classed as sequence breaking. Did we get a follow with him?
Just 2 heroes hanging out.
No, we didn't. Good to do. Get the free experience with Kyle. And now we can move on to the next mission, which involves killing... I say killing. Fighting the 6th graders, getting past them. And then we can go onto the high street, get the glue, and then we can craft a better artifact. And there's Randy buffing out the damage that he himself is doing when he's drunk. But he has a good excuse. I'm not going to spoil it for the people that don't know, but if you've played the game, you know why he's doing it. And then this is a fast pass introduction. Fast travel in this game, not the best. Funny, but not the best. So, yeah, we need to go and fuck up those 6th graders.
Here, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Just throw a rock at it. No, I gotta throw a
So,
rock at
this
it.
is going to introduce you to the concept of being able to fuck with these guys. When I hit this, it's going to set him on fire, which will be a status effect during the battle. Then I'm going to run in and fart, and then I'm going to slap him for advantage. So, fireworks.
Let's tie a firecracker to that rope.
Hey, is that
There's the
little
fire.
fluffy again? All right,
There's the
cool. I
fart.
just teach you a lesson.
There's the fart. There's the advantage. And now we should hopefully have everybody with a little bit of damage that's going to help us win.
Take on the 6th graders?
And this is how you want to start every fight that you can that will let you do this. Because it's going to give you a big advantage.
Okay, let's see what you got, new kid.
And now it's asking us what the combat's going to be on. We're playing on Mastermind. That tells you exactly what the difficulty means. We're okay with that. Let's do it. And now we can continue to play. So from here, I can knock him back into him. And we can do some damage and see how that goes. he's already kind of messed up. There's some knockback damage. We have the bonus on knockback, so knockback is really good. He has gross out on him, so he's going to lose. Look at the life he just lost. He lost 80% of his life just from the status effect we gave him. And then he's dead. So at the end of each of these guys' turns, because of how much damage they take from the status effects, they're dying before they've had a chance to live. And that's what we're going to be trying to do the entire game, basically. Make the status effects work for us. We might take a few hits, we might take a lot of damage, but they'll die first.
That sucks for you.
And that's the strategy that I'm going to be guiding you to use if you're not that good at this game. So now with the kite we can stand behind and we can hit from a distance. We can kill him and stop him having a turn, but unfortunately Craig is in the way. That's once again one of the frustrations of the combat. You have to work within its rules. It can help you sometimes, other times it will hinder you. And hopefully we will be able to make it work. So I'm going to go over here and smack this dude and it should kill him. Because Craig hits really hard. He's going to be your damage. And you might be thinking, Chris, why are you saying it like that? That's how Americans say it and that's how the show says it. I have a friend with the same name and I call him Craig, but that's just a pronunciation thing. So this guy, whatever he does next, he's dead because the fire is going to take his life. This is one of those moves where they telegraph it and then you have to move. And the great news about that move that he did just then is it can hurt his friends. So if you use a move that's got good knockback, you can knock his friends into that area of effect and he'll kill his own friends. Really good technique to use. But there's the battle. There's the information. Let's move forward.
Okay, that was pretty bad.
I love how they're all on the phones as well. It's so spot on. Can't skip any of this either. I'm going to try and trim out as much as I can, folks. So it's going to be as efficient as a walkthrough as I can make it. And I know it's not really in the spirit of the game, but I would have loved to have made a playthrough. I just didn't. I was too busy playing it, I guess. But let's go down here onto Main Street. And then from here... so now he has to tell us what we're weak against. I think Crab People's the best thing to pick, you know. Because in the entire game, there is no fight where you take on Crab People that's mandatory. So they might be the best dudes to pick. Because I picked ninjas, and then you fight ninjas quite a lot because you have a hit taken out on you. So it might be a better idea not to do that. But we need to get the Mosquito guy because he's really good. And let's go in Tom's Rhinoplasty. Let's go in all the shops because one of these you can buy something from. There's Stan's mum, Sheila.
Next time I'm bringing my own magazines.
Let's make a deal. I'll follow you on Coonstagram.
I need to help Stan.
Selfie with me. How does that sound?
Oh, there you go. Nice and easy. Don't have to do anything with her. Sharon Morris. Did I just call her Sheila? That's the wrong person. Sheila is Kyle's mum.
Got some new inventory.
Here we go. Have we got glue?
We can make you less monstrous.
So there's all the stuff for your face. Yes, they have glue. I'm going to buy like 3 sets of glue because you always need it to do stuff. In here is the wonderful Barbra Streisand area, and there's Yowie on the wall. I'm going to pick it up just out of sake of being here more than anything else. You can get some really nice money for collecting it, so it might be worth it in the long run, but I'm not going to go out of my way too much. Once again, I'm going to try and be as quick as I can with what we're doing here. But we got the glue, so I don't have to go nuts in all the shops now. That's all I needed. I'm going to build an artifact quickly. And it's going to get us... we need to be level 5 for that. How much does this give us? This gives us 6, so this is going to level us up. Yeah, we'll wait till we get more stuff. We'll open up the fast travel. And then Fast Pass is going to join us. Just hanging with my girl Lexus. I thought Lexus was Butters' girl. Porsche always give me an extra zingy tingy sauce. Or Porsche, depending on how you say that. I like how they're all named after cars. So there is Fast Pass. Fast Pass, as I mentioned, very strong early on. Very good character, actually. Not only does he have a pretty wide-reaching heal, but he also can hit a variety of different distances, which is super useful. That is a Professor Chaos minion. We need to go and see the Butters girls, so I'm probably going to be taking the shortcut up there.
Yes and yes.
Can I mess with this dude? I most certainly can.
Oh,
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to slap him. So. Oh wow, there's more of them than I thought there would be. But we got the gross out on, so that's all that matters. And then from here we can proceed to hopefully... There we go, we can hit 2 people. For some reason I thought I had ability I don't have. But not to worry, because Mosquito's going to make it possible anyway. So... Let's hit both of them here. And then after that he's invisible and he pushes them towards us. Which is really good, because if we can get Clyde in there... Or Craig, sorry. We can hit them back. Car. But you see what I mean? It is funny, because it's so true, and it's what happens when you play on the streets, when you play when you're a kid. But it happens a decent amount. I don't know if it's luck-based, or if it's at certain parts of the game, but I noticed it was happening a little bit too frequently for my tastes. Because once you've seen it a few times, the novelty of it does wear a bit thin. So that is incredible amounts of damage, but you'll notice
I feel icky.
he has to telegraph it. And because he's spent a move, he takes incredible damage. Whereas this just does incredible damage anyway, because as we mentioned, Mastermind, they do a lot of damage. But now, I can't really do much with this guy, so I'm going to taunt that guy, try and pull some aggro, and hopefully we'll be able to pull ourselves off of this area before it blows up. And we can. And luckily, he's about to get blown up, so I'm going to go... Oh, I can't. That's unfortunate. Let's chuck some fire at that dude. That will kill him, and it might cancel the attack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the turn to see if he dies in his own attack and see if it hits his friend. Because his friend's just going to move forward. He's going to hit the shield. It's going to do nothing.
Sure, I'm fucking fabulous.
And then we get to be Jimmy right now. So with Jimmy, we can use this. Both of these are archers or like marksmen. You can tell by the symbol next to their names. If you see anything that is green and has a plus sign, it means they're a healer. You have to get rid of them. Healers in this game are a legitimate threat. They're really, really dangerous. And they make certain boss fights really tough. Okay, so... Human kite. Slap that guy. 32 damage, not too bad. And here we go. He detonates it, kills himself. Oh, they're immune to it. Interesting. So this guy's going to suicide as well.
Get excited.
And then we've got Craig, who's going to finish this dude off with a massive punch. See you later, friend. Big punch. And we've only got 2 guys left. So I can come over here and hit him with fire. But he's immune to fire, so fire's not the best for these guys. That being said, it does the most damage, so... Better to go where the damage is, even if we can't get him with these status effects. And then with Jimmy, we can do that. Oh, we can do that. Can I kill him with that if I move? Nowhere near. Let's do that. Yeah, early on it's going to be a little slow, guys, but we'll get there. I might even trim these fights out, only keeping the... Oh, wow, look at the damage. That is a lot. We got an ultimate, though, so we can at least show that off. And he's going to chuck more discs at me.
Just take that lying down, bud boy.
And then, how many can we hit with this? Not enough for my taste, so we'll just get out of the ultimate. Can he do full screen? He can't do full screen. Let's end his turn.
We're like locusts, dude.
So you're dead. See you later.
Here I go.
Can you hit them? You cannot. End your turn. He can though, right? With the fart. Can we do both? There we go. It's going to gross him out. It's not going to do the most damage, but at least it gets rid of him. And you get to see the animation of him eating the flame, which is a cool one. But this is another area of the game where I wish you could skip these. You can't skip the summons and you can't skip the ultimates. And I feel like if Final Fantasy VIII had the ability to shorten the summons, then a game that's 20 years later can probably have the same thing. And there's Timmy doing what it... Timmy, I say. It's Jimmy. I'm probably going to do a bunch of slips with names, guys, so if I say the wrong person, hopefully it doesn't trigger you too much. There's the gross out on him, doing big damage. Can we move forward and kill him? No, we can't. He's too far away. Can you come forward and kill him? Yes, you can. So, Lesson learned. Let's avoid all random battles if I can. Because as fun as they are, they're a little slow at the beginning. We need a bit more damage before we go in there and claim victory. But we got some tech, we got some experience, and then we can go back this way towards Raisins, and we can be introduced to the concept of being charmed, which is really, really challenging. So charm works the same way that it worked in the persona that Darkside Phil, Rage Quit. It essentially confuses one of your party members, and they're going to attack you instead of attacking the right people. And in any RPG where this is a thing, it is a big problem. Because the people who get hit with it, when you try and smack them to break them out of the spell, you usually kill them. And if you're playing like I'm playing with no revives, it can be tough. Don't worry about this section just yet. You can't interact with it until a little bit later. You can hit the dish though, and I believe the dish falls down and you get something for it. Or maybe not. But there's... And these are the bins that you can hit that keep coming back. Hang on a second, am I going the wrong way? No, keep going this way. Past the medicinal fried chicken. And the awesome Robocop homage. And then we can get some member berries, which... I don't know if they give you experience, but they're definitely a collectible. And you don't have to find all of them either to do anything in the game, other than a challenge. But here is Raisins, and these are those blue boxes that you can smack and get scrap from every time, which is pretty good. And we'll see if we can craft anything else. So I can craft another divine one. Did I equip that? I should probably equip that, because I think it's 30, right? We'd not rank 3 just yet. Yeah. So it increases all our statistics, and it gives me the status effects that I want. Because status effect is going to be a big thing. And hopefully in here, we're going to get Mosquito. Not a big fan of how the game tracks. It hurts my eyes.
Over here, hon.
Right. Give me a shit. Coon cakes. It's nice and racially insensitive.
One of our Raisins girls will be right with you. Isn't he just the cutest thing?
So there is the guy we've come to recruit. And it's going to give us Craig, and it's going to give us Jimmy. I'm cool with that. So these girls are tough. Maybe not so much in this fight. Oh, she did it immediately. So when you get the time fart later on, you can stop turns. And stopping a turn such as that is real positive, because he's going to fart on all of us now, and we're all going to get grossed out, which means we're all going to get poisoned. Oh, he didn't do it. Fantastic. That's best case scenario. If he'd have farted on us, that is a ticking time bomb.
Let's make this quick.
So, 32 damage is not the worst it could be. Let's fuck him up, because I want him back. I'm not going to get the crit, so I don't do as much damage as I could do. And then he's back on our team, and he's not going to hit us. And we can use him to fart on the girls. So, my turn. I'm immediately going to go in. Can I knock her back into her friends? I can. We don't have the same measure of knockback, but maybe it'll make her waste a turn moving forward. So let's try that. So there we go. She has to walk enough spaces to move forward now. This is really going to hurt. The claws do a lot of damage. And we can press A afterwards, get some of that ultimate back. And now... Yeah, look at the range too. Half HP gone. Crazy. Real damage. But, look how close they are. They're really close, which means the next move I get, I can hit both of them back if they're still here. This guy's going to push them away though, thankfully. That would slow her down. She's not going to live long enough. Let's do that. So this could kill because of the knockback. It didn't though, which is unfortunate. But hopefully, we can use this guy to come here and fart on all of them. And she'll die. She'll get grossed out. And I don't care if he dies, because the whole purpose of this character is to give them AIDS, basically. That is his job. And then with this dude, because he can go through 2 people, we might be able to kill her. She's the one with a lot of HP, but she's also the one with the worst range. So let's go through this one first. Focus on the weak one, get rid of her. The one with the blonde hair will have less HP, I believe, and then I'll move over here, and I'll set her on fire, and the fire will kill. Can I knock her back into somebody? No. Jimmy's there. Jimmy will take part in the attack. There we go. Couple of hits. She's down, and now here she goes with limited range. And then Craig's back up, so she should have, yeah, much lower HP. So what I'm going to do, because there's a guy behind, and because she's up against a wall, I'm going to go through her, which I think... Does this just knock back? Yeah, it just knocks back. I thought it was one of those moves where you go past them. That's unfortunate. We'll get one of those later on. But this is going to slow her, so that's all that matters. She'll be slowed down. It'll limit her movement range. And the only person she can hit is Super Craig. And Super Craig has a lot of HP. That's a problem. He's going to do it right. Oh no, he did the other one. That's fine.
You're just jealous of my whirlwind.
And now we're going to fart on all of them with my character.
I'm all ribbed up and ready.
That's only one direction, not as good. That'll do.
You're such an
27
asshole,
damage.
sweetie.
So here we go. I hope I've got the range to do this. I should be able to. This fart's got pretty good range. There we go. Get them all. And it's unfortunate because there's one item to heal everything. And I don't even know if I have it at the moment to get rid of Charm. But as long as we take him with us, I don't mind. She's going to come in. Wow, massive damage to Jimmy.
For you, dude.
We did burning raisin girls because
And then I can punch and get rid of one of them. There she goes, grossing out. She's puking, she's on fire.
right now.
She's getting everything that we need. And then I can rush through my friend and hit the one at the back. Can I, oh no. Let's do that. Oh, it won't let me go through him? Oh, that's unfortunate. Some of those moves let you do that. Once again, Scott Malkinson, way better with his moveset. So instead, we'll taunt her. It won't guarantee she'll attack him because she might not be able to get to him because the movement is linear in this game. And if they can't get to you, they can't swing. So she might just attack Mosquito.
Now who are getting sour?
Or she might just burn and vomit and do nothing.
I
Yeah.
can't even think about singing to
I'm good with that. That went okay. And then if I fart, I might be able to... Yeah, I can get both of them with a fart. She'll die. The other one will increase the gross out. And this is pretty much in the bag now. So Jimmy can speed past her, go invisible so he can't be attacked. And I'm not reviving, that's the point of the run. And she's dead, so end of fight. Not too bad.
I wanted to order a lemonade, but I guess it's too late.
You see what I mean? Immediately, attacks from enemies are taking off half our HP. It's not the easiest game compared to the first game. The first game was way easier. So if you're looking for a bit more of a challenge, this game definitely has that. And I was really happy to see it too. But now we've done this, we can now recruit the Mosquito guy.
Those witches are my kryptonite, and you must have saved me just in time. I'm forever in your debt.
So now we get to pick what our kryptonite is. Do you ever fight old people other than that one? Yes, you have to do a mission for the Freedom Pals.
And what you live
Vampires? There aren't any vampires in the game, are there? Maybe vampires is a good shout, because I don't remember any vampires, and I've killed everything, right? Maybe they're in the DLC. I know there's crab people, but they work at D-Mobile, and you don't see them in the story. I'm going to pick vampires just to see if anything changes.
but this is your thing.
That's really funny as well, the power source. That one caught me off guard.
Done. Your kryptonite is a...
So, now we've got Mosquito. Mosquito's going to be going in our team because we're going to be using him to spread plagues and compromise immune systems. Yeah, I know how to do that, thank you. And then from there, we can go see Father Mackey, it seems like, for a touch of faith, which is good because it's going to enable us to get an extra artifact. And we get to fight some priests who have some pretty interesting techniques. Can't go that way just yet because we need the time fart, so we're going to have to walk the other way. Moving around the streets before you get certain abilities can be a little bit frustrating, but not to worry. And I'm tempted to potentially remove a lot of the moving around that's unnecessary. I might just say, like, now we're going to go here, and then in the walkthrough just edit it so that it teleports to there to save some time. I guess I'll have to see how I'm feeling. Because moving around South Park is something that we're all going to have to do, and it's not the most difficult thing to do thanks to the map. You can just hold a button and see the map. And at almost every given moment, it's going to be telling you where you're supposed to go. So it's pretty good for that. Now let's smack some of the stuff. Each of your characters are going to have a character sheet. I don't know if you get any benefit for upgrading their character sheet, but it's definitely something. There is some fireworks to stop 6th graders, but we're going to be skipping as many battles as we can. There's some Yowie. In there is the mayor at the city hall. She will not follow you until you've done some tasks for her. I'm going to go behind here and try and grab the bag. Hopefully it'll have something good in it. These bushes with the yellow flowers can be smacked. What is in that? Crap. Now we can come out. Yeah, I've really missed the sprint button. Now I've gone back to Stick of Truth. Interesting that they've changed it. You know, it's an interesting omission. Right, what's in the bag? Duct tape and an extra large pipe. This is leading to the police station. There's quite a lot of stuff to get in the police station. The police station also has, I think, 3 toilets. Do not fight the police. Look at that. They are very strong. I made the mistake of attacking the police. It ended really badly. You can steal from their car, though. But apparently it's locked, so maybe you can't. I know I've got from it before, but perhaps just not now. Right, so some confiscated hooch. And then here is the church. So, judging from this little quest we're about to do, I thought there was going to be way more to do with the church, but there seems to be only really one mission. And I didn't find the Queen Spider. I think I see where there is a spider that could be the Queen Spider. And there's a picture of the Queen Spider, but I didn't do any explicit missions that involved it. I was also hoping to be that Farks Gap McGee dude, or whatever he's called. You know, the dude who's from pretending to be a criminal, and he has all the space cash, and it turns out we were being tested. I thought you'd see those people, but you don't see those people. But anyway, here we go, priests. This is a solo fight, but don't worry, because each of the priests telegraphs their attacks, and all you have to do is move away from them. So this is 100% a tutorial on how to move during combat to avoid these kind of attacks. It's pretty sweet. Can I do? No, I can't. There's nowhere I can stand there where I can get an attack. That's rough.
God's grace is totally filling
So there you
me.
go. Pulls out the rosary anal beads. You did not hear that wrong. That is what that sentence was. And then I can smack them both now, and it shouldn't affect me at all. So there you go, fellas. Eat that.
Oh, I like that.
Clearly, a better idea is to put the status effect on them, because it'll constantly be ticking, and the status effect does a little bit more damage. But not to worry.
Almost ready to cover you in
But yeah, this is probably the safest fight in the game, because you know what they're going to do every single turn. They both have different ranges, and they just keep trying to do that move, and all you do is move off the axis. So it's just kind of a big church joke, basically. Then he burns, because we've got the fire on him, and then we're going to come down here and smack him into his friend. And we get extra knockback combo. Nice and simple, right, folks? Nothing too ridiculous. Mutual flagellation.
Come out and play.
Certainly something. I was hoping for a bit more on the line of these gags, but this is pretty much the extent of it. So if you are somebody that gets easily offended by something like this, I don't know why you're playing this game, because that's pretty much what you're going to get. And there you go. The ever rare missed
God's
input.
grace is totally filling me.
There we go. Can't do that, so we'll end our turn. He's going to move up, we're going to move down, and then we're going to knock him into the wall.
Wanna go to heaven with me?
There's some great lines as well while you're fighting. Some of the biggest gags in this game stem from moments where you're fighting, I think. There we go. We got him burning now. He's going to do the same thing again. Nice and simple. If he does hit you though, it takes off half your life and it grosses you out, which is bad news. Bad news bears. Now we can smack him into the wall, get some extra damage. Interesting, it didn't hit the wall. That's unfortunate. Must have to have a person there. I was hoping that the bounding and the combos and stuff would be a bit more in depth. I was hoping you'd be able to bat people between all your team if you positioned yourself correctly, and it could have turned it into something really technical and really interesting, but it doesn't really go that deep. It's just the idea that if you put a buddy behind somebody, you can bounce the buddy into them and they'll attack as well. Or if you smack somebody into somebody else, it'll hit them as well and it'll do damage to both. So it's pretty baseline simple, but it's nice that it exists. It's still a cool mechanic. And then Father Mackey comes in and gets all offended. And then we get the ability to summon Moses, who is a really good summon. It's just you can't skip his animation, which is kind of fucked up. But you can't get a selfie yet? That's unfortunate. In here is the code to get back in the room we were just in. And the code is in here. But look, there's the Queen Spider on the bottom left if you've never seen her. That's where the impression comes from in my other playthroughs, if you've ever wondered. And then kneel before Jesus is the password. And if you put that password in by guessing it, the game doesn't let you in. You have to find it. Which I think is kind of cool, but at the same time it also kind of sucks. So, there's also an input for kneel before Zod, which is pretty cool too.
Kneel before Jesus.
And then we can go back in that room and pick up whatever there was, because we know there was a Yowie poster, so we'll grab that. And then from there, there's a box over here. There's a picture of the Pope. We got some clothing. There's a second box, which has the Amulet of Contemplation, which is actually really good, I think. I think that gives you 20% status effects up. So that's exactly what we want for early on. Yeah, 20% status effect up, which is 4% higher than we've got. And it's also higher might by a little bit. And then when we unlock the second one, we can put the one on we just took off, and our might will be 60. If you're curious about the might and you don't understand how it works, it's a lot like how the light worked in Destiny, where when you equip different pieces of equipment, it gives you a higher number, and the higher number, the higher your strength. It's pretty simple. I don't know if that mechanic's been in other games. I'm certain it probably has, but I don't really know too many. And now that we've done that, we can go to Mr. Mackey so we can understand our agenda.
You're doing great. Really quality character sheet stuff happening here. I've got a super secret mission for you. Head over to the new taco shop on Main Street.
Get me a taco.
Tune out.
Not getting you a taco, Cartman. That is a crappy mission. Over there is the Mexican staring frog of southern Sri Lanka, but we can't get to it just yet because we need Scott Malkinson. And there's a couple shortcuts of getting into Stark's Pond, but I don't know exactly if you can do them before you're meant to, because I don't know if it's technically a sequence break. But it's interesting once you know where the shortcuts are, but it'll be interesting to see whether or not they work. The girding chains recipe. We should be checking on our crafting to see if we can build anything more, because crafting is going to be very useful for our success. So there's the Divine Amplifier, which we've already built, and then there's that, which is 70% knockback combo, which is actually pretty cool. Each of them gives us 6, but we don't really need to craft anything just yet, so we can let that off. You do not have to fight Mr. Mackey coming up, but when we come out, there's going to be Rednecks. Oh, this is the screwing around guy, which we can totally do a selfie with. Look at me, Richard! I'm flying, Richard!
Well, okay then.
There we go, Mr. Adler. He's a big throwback, him. You don't really see him in the show anymore. The parasol thing that's over there, ignore that until later on. You'll get an ability that uses the human kite to get to extra areas. If you're anything like me, I was trying to figure out what I could do with it, but it's generally a waste of time. In here, there is a Yowie poster, and there's probably a bag, a Terrence and Phillip bag, which can help. So we'll pick up a couple of the bags. But nothing really happens inside the hall, the gym, whatever you call this. Kind of ass body spray. And there is the picture on the bleachers. I think these are called bleachers. The schools in my country and the schools that I went to didn't really have bleachers. It's not really a thing. Some will, I would assume. It's just one of those things, right? But ours didn't. Not enough space for them, a lot of the times. The halls were never this grand. But anyway, that locker down there that's gold is usually locked until later on. But Mr. Mackey's going to want to talk about sex. And at first I thought he meant sex, but it turns out he means gender. And no matter what you press here, the rednecks are going to attack you. It doesn't matter what you do. So let's be other just for the sake of it, right? And then they phoned your mum and dad, and your mum already know. Then you get your experience. And he's going to give us a little talk. And I can't skip it for some reason. I'm assuming it's masking loading. And then when we go out, we get the, we don't take kindly to your kind around here crew coming to kick our asses. And it's the same rednecks every single time. The rednecks from Skeeter's Bar.
Oh my god, I have...
Here they come. So now you're introduced to the rednecks, and we're going to be fighting them. And they hurt as well. These guys hurt. They throw bottles and all kinds of bad stuff. So immediately we're going to start off. We do 20 damage with that. We do 24 with that. So it seems like perhaps a better idea to strike with that move, right? Although we're vulnerable afterwards, I'd rather them hit Jimmy than a lot of the other people. And he's gonna too. And he does incredible damage. Incredible damage. So, now we can move into position and do exactly what this character is designed to do, which is to shit on people and give them gross out. And the gross out's going to do way more damage than we do, because it's just how that mechanic works, and I adore it. So, I'm going to set this guy on fire. Like that. And then we're going to get Super Craig to hopefully come and punch somebody. He moves forward and burns, which is great. This guy's going to hit me with whatever that is, and then he's going to get grossed out, and it's going to do some nice damage. 34 damage. It's ridiculous. It's so powerful. Then we're going to use this guy to knock this guy's teeth out. So he has to move back forward to get to us, and now we can continue on doing what we were doing. So I'm okay, game. You don't have to teach me this stuff. Already beat this game as a black character on Mastermind without reviving anybody once. I even beat Morgan Freeman without using healing items or reviving. And Morgan Freeman is hard as fuck. And I'm probably going to kill him for this guide as well, if I can. Because it's a really cool fight. And there you go, look, he's dead because of gross out. And then what do? We cause gross out again on these guys. And if he dies, not a big deal. Because all we're using him for is to spread the disease. And that's his role. And I'm going to use him for the rest of the game. Because he's so deadly, pretty much. It's kind of awesome. And all it guarantees is when people hit us, they do hurt a lot, but they also kill themselves because they've always got something ticking away at them. And that's pretty much how I'm going to play. There are other status effects you can use. The electricity is pretty good, and the freezing is really good because it stops people from having turns. But the problem with the freezing is, if you get used to it as a crutch, there are certain bosses that it doesn't work on. So if your strategy is to freeze people, then you get to a dude you cannot freeze, what do? You know, it puts you in a bit of a bad spot. So I'm just going to sit him there. And then this should be it, right? Yep, that's the end here. And there goes the Rednecks. And the thing I really love about this game is that when you're finished, it doesn't matter who's dead, it doesn't matter who needs healing, it doesn't matter what status effects you've got, it's all wiped, and on the next battle, everybody's back to full life. I've never been a fan of inheriting the injuries from the previous battle into the next, walking around section. That's something that I'm really glad RPGs have moved away from, because I just never liked it. I like the idea of each battle being its own thing, so I'm a big fan of the healing. And now we've got a second artifact slot. So let's stick on what we had before. And now we have 36% status effect damage. That is a lot for this early on, all considered. So I'm very happy that we've got that. And now, I believe we have to go to Morgan Freeman's taco place. I wonder if you can fight Morgan Freeman right now. That'd be ridiculous, because he is so strong. On my character that had 800 might, 805 might, Morgan Freeman could fart and kill every single person with one fart if I let him do it. So my strategy for beating him revolved around having 3 people who could taunt and making sure that whenever he got a turn, he was attacking the people I wanted him to. And if he did the fart that hits everybody, it was a reset every time. And I pretty much kept him taunted the entire fight and killed him with status effects. And that was at might 800. So imagine might 30 or whatever we've got right now. It's probably impossible, one would think. Wasteland Velociter. I wonder if that's a Mad Max 2 reference. But I already know that the 2 items that I'm wearing right now have got pretty much the best status that we're going to be able to get at this point in the game. This house is locked until later on, so don't really stress too much about getting inside. Just going to go down the street, loot as much as we can to get as much scrap as possible, maybe get a surprise here or there. Oh, that's treasure, you can't punch that. And then this is a house we've already been to, and it seems that the mailboxes don't regenerate, which is unfortunate. Can't do that because it's Scott Malkinson.
Oh, shitty kitties, where are you?
There's some 6th graders, but we're going to ignore them. Can't do that because we don't have Stan. Here's the bus stop. Both of these people will give us
I can't
selfies.
believe I agreed to this.
And they also complain about how it's taking 3 years for the bus to come, which I think is some kind of reference to how long it took the game to come out after the delays. You also notice the bus stop is called DLC, and this game is getting DLC. So there's the whole joke of that as well. But there's those two guys, some experience. Moving towards those extra artifacts. And that's Freeman's Tacos. Do you see it just there? So that's where we're headed now.